Vamos, carajo, brothers and sisters, boy JTLive, and welcome back to another episode of South Stand Stories. And today is the day. It is currently 7:28 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Tuesday, the 4th of April, to be precise. What a weekend it's been. It's been a hectic weekend of sport. No more so than it's been for us, boys, huh? Arsenal. Boys. I was going into that with such high hopes, such high expectations, and everything went down the toilet. That one, I'm still going to say it, dodgy penalty decision completely twisted the game away from us. And after that point, we found it really hard to get back into the game. Missed a couple of opportunities, but really did get outclassed, especially in the second half. And unfortunately, we do have to look at the fact that now, where are we again? Oh, that's right, in the relegation zone, because guess who went and threw it away again? Pissed their chance up a toilet wall. Oh, that's right, Tottenham Hotspur. Useless. One of the most useless clubs I've ever seen in my career. They lose to Wolves. Leicester, they throw away points to. They throw away points to Everton. The only side around us that they didn't actually throw away points to was Nottingham Forest, ironically enough, the side that we're playing tomorrow. And of course they beat us as well. You know, did that need to be said? No, it didn't. In another disgraceful game, in which many decisions were absolutely criminal, if you ask me. No more so than their goal, which was, how should I say, questionable, with Longley dolphin diving and rugby tackling Melier into his own goal. But I digress nonetheless. Everything's gone against us, and Leeds are now back in the relegation zone, back down into 18th. And it's just so much scarier being down there. So much scarier. And I'm not happy about it one bit. I'm not happy about the fact we're down there. I'm not happy about the fact that everyone else is picking up points. I'm not happy about the fact that we lost to Arsenal. But we are still not out of it yet. We are still not out of it. We could feasibly end the week in 12th if we get results right. So that is why it is so important that we get a win today. So important. But before I get into the game, I want to speak to you guys. I want to touch base, and I want to basically get to know how you guys are feeling right now after the Everton result. After the way the dust is settled over the weekend, Leeds are now back in the relegation zone. How do you guys feel about our chances? How confident are you feeling about this season? How confident are you feeling about staying up? But more importantly, how confident are you feeling about this next week? Do you have hope? Do you have faith? Me, it's very roller coastery, you know? 1 week my faith and my hope is up. The other week, I don't think we're down, but I just start to get a lot more scared. And that especially coincides with us sitting in the relegation zone. And I do feel like come the tail end of the season, we will start to pick up points. We will start to get ourselves out of there. And I feel like within 3 or 4 games left of this season, we will be mathematically safe. Maybe that's delusion. Maybe that's just the hope coming through once again. People call me too optimistic. They call me delusional. They call me crazy. But you know what? A lot of what I've said has come true this year. A hell of a lot of it has. Not my league position. Don't get me wrong. That has fallen flat on its face. I believe I said we were going to come 7th this year, which was quite a conservative estimate for me. Will I go that crazy next year? Well, let's just see that we stay up, first of all. That's the first thing I need to worry about. But our league position is scary. It's frightening. But with the right week, I'm telling you, with the right week, it is a completely game changer. A complete game changer. Forest. Beat Palace. And Leeds are chilling. Now, if we lose to Forest, unfortunately, we are not chilling. We are in serious dire straits, which is what makes tomorrow even more scary than any game we've had all year, to be honest. It is. I mean, I've said it every week that I've turned up here. Oh, it's the biggest game we've had all season. It's the biggest game we've had all season. This really is the biggest game we've had all season by a country mile. Because of where they're situated, because of where we're situated, and because of how quickly this season is coming to an end and how hard our run is at the end of the season. April is relatively kind to us, as we said with those 2 games. April isn't the worst month for us, especially compared to other sides around us, especially compared to West Ham, who, whilst picking up points before, do have 2 games in hand against Man City and Newcastle. So Leeds do still have a chance in this short to medium term to pick up points and get ourselves out of that zone, get the pressure off us, which I think we really need to do, because if we go into a situation like we did last season, where although the run-in at the end of the season wasn't very kind to us last season, we did have a few easier games come the tail end of the season. No matter what I like to say about them, Spurs on the last day of the season is not a game you want to be going into needing 3 points. C'est la vie. I digress. Tomorrow. Confident, yay or nay? I've got to say yay. And I don't mean Kanye, because that guy has gone off a cliff. Ironically enough, he's gone off a cliff like Nottingham Forest have away from home this year. Really unable to do anything. Been flattering to deceive every single time they've gone away from home. And it's about time that we gave them a taste of their own medicine after we went to their ground and got brutally robbed after we decided to piss all our chances up a toilet wall and completely gift them a win. So how about we give them a taste of their own medicine and we spank their asses instead? And I feel like we will. I'm going to be real with you here. I know we're still missing Nanto. I know we're still missing Voba. I know we got our ass handed to us against Arsenal. But there were still impressive patches of that game. I thought defensively until the penalty we looked decently resolute. I think they struggled to break us down. They struggled to really create anything in that midfield or the defence. Create anything and get past our midfield or especially our defence. Leeds had a few chances within that first half an hour as well. It's just after they got the goal, that the game kind of crumbled away from us. But that is Arsenal. We do have to take that into account. Nottingham Forest, like I said, haven't been impressive away from home. They haven't been impressive in general this season, especially last time we had them. That counter-attacking game that they tried to deploy, it wasn't an impressive one. It's going to be interesting to see how Leeds deploy. Are we going to allow them to come at us on the ball? Are we going to try and take the game to them? Because we haven't seen Leeds really take the game to a side that much under Javi Gracia. I feel like he will. I feel like he is going to try and change things up a little bit. We've seen in the Arsenal game, he's open to experimenting with questionable lineups. I don't know why he was starting that. I guess you'd say false 9 with Brendan Aronson up front. It was a very fluid front 3 with Sinistera and Somerville both getting heavily involved. They were interchanging a lot. There was a lot of fluidity to the front line, but there was no hold up, man. There was nothing making it stick. There was no focal point, no threat. And against a side like Forest, we need to get a goal quickly. We need to be able to hold the ball up when the going gets tough. And it gets to that murky point of the game, and there's so much tension, so much pressure. We need to have an out ball. We need to have someone out there who can hold up the ball, bring others into play, make it stick, help alleviate pressure off our defense, help alleviate the pressure of that crowd, which are going to be on their feet raucous inside Ellen Road. Absolute raucous crowd you're going to hear. It's a late night kickoff. It's a massive game. You don't want to have Nottingham Forest swarming around our 18-yard box. You don't want to have the game ticking on and on and on, and the nerves and the tension just building and building and building within the stadium, and then not having an out ball to give it out to, not having anyone that can at least get the ball up the pitch. Calm the nerves for a little bit. We need that, and we cannot do this stupid thing we mucked around with last game. I'd start Rutter personally. I thought when he came on against Arsenal, he changed the game. I thought he did change the game when he came on. I would put Rodrigo on in the second half. I don't think he's 100% fit. I would start Rutter. I think, maybe he doesn't quite have the hold-up play of a Rodrigo or a Bamford, but in terms of his ability to pick the ball up from deep, his ability to run it behind, and still have some sort of hold-up play, still have some sort of ability to make the ball stick. Maybe it's not as good as the other two, but it's still a lot better than what we had with Aronson up front. or Sinistera or Somerville and around that front three, it still gives us more than that, and I think he could really, 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 really shine against Forest. I really do. And I think we do need to get some goals in the first half and just alleviate that pressure. Get us on the front foot. Get 2 goals at least in the first half. Not just one, because a 1-goal lead is not a comfortable one for Leeds. We need to start putting some serious daylight between us and the opposition in the first half, making opportunities, and most importantly, taking them when we make them. And I feel like we will. I do really feel like we will. I have confidence going into this game. Leeds are a different animal under Javi Gracia, and it's time for us to prove that there is a gulf in class between our mighty Whites of Leeds United, a great, majestic, massive club like Leeds, and an average, somewhat semi-historic club like Nottingham Forest. Let me know what you guys think, though, down in the comment section down below. And most importantly, let me know your scores on the doors. For me, I'm going to go 4-0, 4-0, Leeds United. Vamos, Leeds, carajo. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below, of course. But for now, guys, I will see you very soon. Au revoir. And by very soon, I mean I'm streaming today. So make sure you're there at 7:15 for the big game. But now, guys, I will see you very soon. Au revoir, my brothers and my sisters. Hello.